Hi everyone, Jonathan here with Braille Tips, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Find and Extend tool in Braille 2000. And we are going to use it to highlight all of our Nemeth, all of the Nemeth that we have enclosed within switch indicators. And we're going to make a speed Braille key that highlights that, and then I'm going to show you how to change the code so that it becomes simbraille in your file. And this is also a great way to make sure that you are not missing any of those indicators. So here we are in Braille 2000. And by the way, this tip comes right from Bob. So thank you, Bob, for showing me how to do this. So what we're going to do is you hit Alt to open your menu. You hit S for search and F for find. Oop. Okay, want to make sure the mode is Braille, so once this box is open, you click that little B, or if you open it when you're already in the Braille View, then you won't have that problem. Alt search find, and then notice the find box is already open here. If you hit Alt SR and that would open to the replace. Alt SR. It's got to be on this find one for this to work. So you type in your starting Nemeth indicator, and then you hit Alt E to pop over to the extend here, or you can use your mouse, and you put in the closing indicator. And then we'll hit Alt L or click this button here to extend all. And now we've got all of our Nemeth indicators. Everything between the Nemeth indicators is going to be selected in our file. So this is really cool, but one thing that you'll notice what happens if we use the arrow keys on our keyboard to move our cursor, it all disappears. And then we've got to do it again. Alt SF extend Alt L. Okay, so now we've got them all selected. Now what you can do, you can hit the P button over here to do the print view, or you can use your speed braille. I have this mapped to F2 on my keyboard, and this mapped to F3. So F2, F3. That's how I switch between those. But if you're using a mouse, then you can do it this way, or a trackpad. So now we can use the scroll wheel on our mouse to go looking through our pages to see where our Nemeth is. And I'll show you what that is. So I'm talking about this little wheel right here will go through your document. So if you're using a really crappy mouse that doesn't have one, or like if you're using a laptop, you might not have that either. So we can work around that though. So there's a couple things you don't really want to have to do this every time you hit the page down key. Will also break your selection there. So Bob suggests highlighting everything. You can actually highlight your selection. So okay, I'm back. I had to go reread the email from Bob to remember how to do this, because it's not something that I've used yet, but if you don't have the scroll wheel on your mouse, you might want to do it this way. So here's what I'm talking about. There's something in Braille 2000 called named selections. So if you hit the menu button and go to your view, and then click on selections here, and then you can see there's some built in there, but we're gonna make a new one and call it Nemeth, and then we're gonna click the set from highlight button here. Accept. There we go. Okay, so we can set this to whatever color we want. Oh, that's kind of hard to see with the white dots. Looks like they all have white dots. So we'll choose a dark color. We'll leave it on that. maroon color that it wanted to show up as. So now you can use the page up and page down on your keyboard, and you'll be able to put it in print view here, and you can see that some of these are not in simbraille for me, and that's something we'll be changing as well. So this is what you'll do if you don't have that scroll wheel on your mouse, but I do. So I am going to go back to my selections, and I'm going to unclick that. And now one thing that I have already done is I made a speedbraille key that finds and extends with the Nemeth switch indicators, and I mapped that to my F9, so you can do that too. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it in Braille View, and I'm going to go through my document, and I'm going to look for anything that is highlighted which does not look like Nemeth, or which is not highlighted and is Nemeth, and hopefully there will be some missing switch indicators in here, and I can find those and fix that. So I'm just going one page at a time with my mouse wheel here. Haven't seen any yet. You'll notice that these are in simbraille, but these are upper cell numbers here. They're not Nemeth. I promise I have not done this yet. Usually when I do this, I do find a couple of mistakes. What's going on there? Oh, I think I might have found one. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That right there has a missing switch indicator. So now I'll just add that in. There we go. That's one less for the proofreaders to find for us. All right, so that's the whole volume. So now the one other thing that we're going to do is, you notice up at the beginning of this volume there was an error in version 2. It'll be fixed in version 3, but when you add in your special symbols page from a template, it messes up the annotations for your simbraille for the first number of them. So the other thing we can do, since this is all highlighted, we can go ahead and go adjust code. We can change that's on simbraille. That's what we want. Set that to regenerate print. That's very important. To highlighted text. Hit OK. And now everything that was highlighted should be in simbraille. This is purely a cosmetic thing. It's not important. Your BRFs will turn out the same. This is just for if you want things to look nice when you go through in print view. You know, now your Nemeth will be in simbraille. So the one thing that will mess up, however, is this line right here between those switch indicators. So I just, wrong one. I just use my I have the code changes set to speedbraille as well, so you can do all of that. And so this file is now finished, and I'm going to emboss the graphics. So hi everyone, back again. I realized when I was putting the video together that I promised you guys a speedbraille key at the beginning of the video, so we'll go through that real quick. It's real easy once you know how. So we're just going to go Alt, open the menu, or you click here if you're using your mouse. Go to Adjust, Speed Braille Keys, and click on New. So we're going to push the key we want to set it to. I'm going to hit F9. And you're going to name it. I already did this once. That's why the name was already in there. We're going to call it Find Extends Nemeth Switches. Next. Okay, after we click next again, it will be recording. Now it's recording. I'm going to hit Alt, S, F for find. Put in my Nemeth start there. I'm going to go hit Alt, E for extend. Put in the ending. And I'm going to hit Alt, L for extend all. And that is everything we want our macro to do in the speed braille. So now we are going to stop recording. You can either hit the pause break key on your keyboard, or you can take your mouse and click on this little flashing recording up here. And now we can set it to current file only or system. You probably want system so that it's persistent across your files. Click finish. And there we go. Now you can hit F9 to pop that on. So if, for instance, you didn't want to highlight it and you didn't have the scroll wheel on your mouse, you could hit page down, F9. Check it, page down, F9. Check it, page down, F9. So you could just hit it on every page that you go to highlight the Nemeth and make sure everything is good. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.